All right, Coach, just a quality road trip in general, a few days alone with your team. What were your overall thoughts getting back to
I thought we played hard both games. We just struggled to score first half of the Columbus game. Then we came out really well the second half. I thought we played well. We played very aggressive on the offensive end. I don't know if we ever took the lead, but I know we tied it back up a couple times. But we got in foul trouble, and we fouled too much. Fouled three of our starters out, and that kind of hurt us down the stretch in terms of scoring, and they just kind of pulled away. And then Georgia Southwestern, I thought we started really slow yesterday and had a really good second quarter. And played well at times in the second half also. And so did some good things, and excited about moving on.
How about some of the growth of just specific players in general? Of course, the transfers in Alicia Hardy and T. Graham, but then girls like Brandy Robinson who are having so far career seasons already. How have you been seeing?
Well, I think T and Alicia just knew it would take them a little bit of time, to kind of figure the system out. But they've done really well. I know Alicia turned it over a couple times yesterday, but they've done much better with turnovers. I think T was 4 assists and no turnovers yesterday, and really gave us some good minutes. Even though she didn't score a lot, she played well. Alicia gave us some scoring and some really key defensive steals, I think, at key times during the game. And then Brandy keeps getting better. I'd love to see that consistency out of her every night. I'm not sure she'll have a double-double, but just that aggressiveness offensively and getting on the glass. So she's had about 3 or 4 good games, and hopefully she can build on that and continue to do that.
Now, looking ahead to tomorrow's contest against Aiken, one of the lower strong offenses in the Peach Belt Conference, what are your expectations going into Wednesday night?
We're just going to play hard. It's a Peach Belt road game. It's a tough place to play. We lost in overtime down there and played fairly well last year, but they've got some athletic kids on the perimeter. They lost a post player due to injury who was going to be one of the best posts in the league, so that's hampered them a little bit. But they've got an athletic post, and they've got a very skilled post inside, and then their point guard, they play a lot of stuff through her. She's a transfer from High Point, it's going to be a tough game. We're going to have to play well. I think the defensive end, we just need to play really well defensively, and then again attack on the offensive end and be aggressive.
Even though you got to play well defensively, but do you think your team already has the ability and the tools to just walk in and just play their usual game to have a great defensive game against USC Aiken?
I hope we will. I think we're getting better defensively. I think we need to be more consistent. I thought we did a much better job than we did the first time against Georgia Southwestern of keeping their perimeters in front of us. We had trouble keeping the post in front of us. They extended our post and took it to the hole from the three-point line a little bit, and we've got to do a better job of keeping the ball in front of us, both and perimeter. But hopefully so. We've got to do a good job, get on the glass, just do the things that you need to do to win a basketball game.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much for the time. Good luck on Wednesday.
Appreciate it.
All right, Coach, just in general, top of the Peach Belt Conference, 7-game winning streak for your team. What's the overall vibe you're feeling from the locker room?
I think the guys have bought into, defense. We shot a little bit better second half at Southwestern. But I think they also know that, even when offense is challenging, that we can still hang in games with our defense.
What are your expectations just basically going into this game against USC Aiken? Because they're a high-scoring team, and they do a good job on defense as well.
Yeah, they're right up there in the top, the standings in the league. I think they're second or third, but they lead the league in scoring conference games. I think they're top in field goal percentage. They got balance. They got a lot of guys who can score, and they really get after it on defense. A lot of ball pressure, getting the passing lane. So it'll be a great test.
One of the biggest things that your team is still trying to find their identity with is the ability to go the full 40 minutes wire to wire. There was the Lander game where they were outscored by 17, but they still came back to win. There was the game a couple of days ago against Georgia College, I believe it was, where you went 1 for 16 to close out the half, but you still held on to win.
Right.
Have you been going about things differently in practice to try and right the ship there, or do you just expect your guys to finally click after a couple more games of getting to know each other as the season rolls on?
Well, with this many games, it's really hard to practice other than walking through, getting some shots up, treatment, rest. We do spend a little more time watching film. And, the shooting, has been up and down, but, it doesn't concern me too much as long as we're taking care of the ball and getting good shots, getting to the free throw line, getting second shots. If we do that and continue to play defense, we'll still be able to stay in games.
And of course, the defense is always one of the biggest confidence points from your standpoint and your team's standpoints. Just as one of the best in the Peach Belt Conference, right?
Yeah, definitely, and that's something. I'd rather. That's something we want to hang our hat on. I don't want to just rely on making jump shots. We do want to be consistent with how we attack offensively, playing inside out, making sure our big guys get touches. Because they're good enough to score or force double teams, which opens up things on the perimeter if we handle the ball well. But defense is something, we ought to hopefully stay consistent with, and something, you can control. You can't always control whether the ball is going in the basket. You can control the type of shots you get. And hopefully over the course of the game, it'll be enough to come out on the right side.
All right, Coach, any final thoughts going into the game on Wednesday?
It'll be a battle. Aiken's really good, as is, everybody in the Peach Belt. So, get some rest and, quick turnaround. But I know our guys are excited for the challenge.
All right, Coach, thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.